Hello and welcome to the Cup of Truth. I'm going to read from an insert of Miracles of the Eucharist that's in the book called The Eucharistic Miracles of the World. And this happened in Tamaco, Colombia. On January 31st in 1906, on a tiny island of Tamaco, at 10 o'clock in the morning, the earth shook violently for about 10 minutes. All the inhabitants of the village ran to the church and begged the pastor, Father Gerard Lorando, and Father Julian to lead a procession with the Blessed Sacrament. The sea was rising and had already engulfed part of the beach. A huge wall of water was building up into a gigantic wave. Frightened, Father Geraldo consumed the small host in the ciborium. While people shouted out, said, "Let's go to my children, and let's all go towards the beach. May God have mercy on us," said Father Lorando. Comforted by the presence of Jesus and the Eucharist, they began their march, weeping and crying out to God. Scarcely had Father Lorando reached the beach with a monstrance in his hand, when he advanced courageously to the water's edge. And just as the wave was rushing in, he calmly raised the sacred host, his heart filled with faith, and traced the sign of the cross in the air. It was a moment of tremendous solemnity. The wave came a little closer, but before Father Lorando and Father Julian, who was beside him, realized what had happened, the people, amazed and moved around and shouted, "Miracle! Miracle!" In truth, an invisible force beyond that of nature prevailed. The mighty wall of the water, which had threatened to wipe out the village of Tamaco off the face of the earth, had suddenly halted and begun to recede, and the sea quickly returned to its normal level. The inhabitants of Tamaco were overcome with joy, and having been saved from the death by Jesus and the Blessed Sacrament, prayers of the fervent thanks arose on all sides. This is a true story that happened in 1906. And this true story you can read in a book called The Eucharistic Miracles of the World. There are many other miracles in this book, over 335 miracles of the Eucharist. Ponder on this. Thank you for watching The Cup of Truth, and please subscribe to the channel and tell others.